What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream. We're back in our Deck Knight project, a game built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, of course, C++, blueprints, the gameplay ability system plugin, and all of that good stuff. So today we're going to continue where we were leaving off. We finally finished our Damage Pipeline Debugger for now. Now it's been a hot minute since we've been working on that, so we're going to move on to other things. And I wanted to prototype a new type of card that modifies the player's movement speed, and it works, but it modifies the attribute in a way that doesn't really make sense based on what we're trying to do. So we're going to debug that, figure out what's going on, and then maybe move on to some of our other tasks that we have in our backlog for the rest of the year here. So let's look at our gameplay attributes. And we have this movement speed multiplier, right? You can't see it probably too well, but, you know, it's a multiplier. It's a value of 1 right now. And we have this gameplay effect that for 10 seconds should add 0.1 to the value. But when we actually activate the card, it makes it 1.2. So for whatever reason, this delta is double. I'm not too sure why. So we're going to have to debug this, of course. We should have this base attribute set. Probably, yeah, the char base attribute set, I believe. And there is this post gameplay execute, which just close to super. But there is a post attribute change. Nothing with movement speed multiplier, just to confirm. Yeah, movement speed multiplier. So I kind of want to look at the post, it's not even a post gameplay effect really. I think it's my pre or even post attribute change I need to do, because, well, actually it is a gameplay effect, so I should be able to put a breakpoint there and kind of see what it's doing. So let's put a breakpoint. And we apply the gameplay effect, and we don't even get this breakpoint, which is interesting. Do we get any of these breakpoints? Let's see. Let's do post attribute change. Okay, what do we got here? So movement speed multiplier. So new value is 1.1. Old value 0, new value not really shown anymore. But it gets set twice. So we do activate card, which gets us here. And then we get activate card, gets the information, eventually gets to this one, the ability set activate card. And then it says give to ability system. So let's start there. Seems like something's happening like twice. So it's not, hopefully it's not an issue in the attribute set, and that behaves as we're expecting, but it's more of an issue about how this is granting. So here's where we grant attribute sets, but we're not granting any attribute sets, right? This is where we're granting abilities, and then this is where we grant gameplay effects. So we should get a breakpoint here. We can also look at our thing here. So we have one entry in our granted gameplay effects array, and it's literally just this one we have open, right? So what we'll have to see. So yeah, we do some stuff with the dummy character, but then yeah, let's put the breakpoint back. Let's activate the card. we get here, right? So grant to gameplay effects 1. And yeah, it's that test card movement speed multiplier. So we get here, get default object. Let me see if we're calling this function twice. I'm going to put one at the very top. Check ASC, right? So I'm going to do bam. So we get here. So deck magic component, we activate the card, we get to here, right? I hit continue. It happens again. So maybe it's happening on the UI level, because there's this activate card, right? So I'm gonna just, print string just to be sure. Yeah, here. Activates. I'm gonna press up on the D-pad. Okay, so we're getting called twice. And I know why. Because technically, this card template UI is happening in 2 places. Because we still have this UI. And they're both responding to that input. So I think we need to, this main one is enabled. I don't know if I should just delete it. So it does get referenced. I guess it's because of input. I suppose it's because it's in the player controller, right? I think that's where I'm modifying or showing that. So player controller. So debug key, possess, on possessed, location for target component. Yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, switch the card mode. That's more or less what the problem lies. Because yeah, we do this, and this. So I think I need to just take this out. So I think in general I can just remove this. I have to again look at my input just to see where things are. Let me connect to source control. Let's just relog in here. See if I get my password right the first time. I never do, you know? Okay. Now that's just being a little ridiculous. Okay. Nope. Oh! Ah, there you go. Go check out. Because yeah, we don't really want that HUD anymore when you do left trigger, right trigger. We kind of just want to work within this HUD here. Look at you, big sexy. Man, I did get big, I'm gonna be honest. You know, I gained some weight, gained the weight back, but I stayed sexy, and I think that's what matters. So now if I activate the card, I still get double hello because I haven't actually removed now. Medium sexy. Well done, you know, medium well. So I can remove card field name. And I should be able now to go back to current hand. And I feel like I should have either a subsystem or just handled directly in the player controller some hooks for the deck component or something that call back into this. Because I don't like the fact that there's raw input events happening here. And I'll also have to change the input as well. But let's confirm that that was the issue. Because now I should get the modification as I'd expect. So let's pull up the attributes window. It's not letting me interact with the GitHub, not GitHub, the Debug Hub. My God. I also have to play with how these cards kind of look. But yeah, I think I like this camera angle a little bit more. I don't know if it could be even more zoomed out or if it's okay to be up here. Let's figure out this I am GUI debug because that's kind of being dumb. There you go. Nope. Alright, let's just do a full rebuild. How you been, Bill? How you doing? How's your Christmas, man? You alright? You gonna get that dildo for Secret Santa? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Getting ready for Christmas, going down to Florida, see my parents. Going on a cruise to the Bahamas. Work's going good as well. A lot of stuff going on. Making some progress with this project. I'm feeling more confident as I talk to people about it. Started meeting some interesting people in the content creator space, which I think is cool. So let's hope that our GUI debug is interactable again once this opens up. And then, yeah, let's look at our so fix multiplier attribute modification thing. We should be able to close this in a moment. And then, yeah, I gotta redo the input schema. I wonder if maybe my deck component be responsible for, you know, hooking into input and sending out like delegates that could be bound into UI. Let's upgrade our ClickUp 4.0. Let's see how much we're gonna break. This looks wild. Okay, it looks about the same later. Okay. It looks a little better. Let's wait for this to open up. Picture of the cat. Yeah, no need to reopen a billion assets here. Yeah, so we have our speed modifier, we have our debug. Yes, we can interact with it. Awesome. Attributes. And now that I also did a good job, I think I did a good job with my Damage Pipeline Debug. I learned a good amount from IM GUI. Wonder if I could do this any better, but this seems to do the job. So let's look at our base attribute set, right? And our movement speed multiplier is 1. I activate the 1 card. Now it's 1.1. And now I can move 10% faster for 10 seconds. And then I'm back to normal. So that works. We were able to fix that. So I'm happy. So we can close this. Redo input schema for card usage in main UI. So the current issue, I don't have multiple cards or anything. So I should go to my, I think it's in the player state. Now we have all these cards, so let's add our test card and play burn on crit, for example. So we should have 3 now, right? And, you know, we can cycle through them. And the input works, but, you know, right now it's still like left and right D-pad. And I want it to be the triggers. So left, right trigger, and then, I don't know, still up on D-pad. So now I'm dealing a bunch of damage, like bam, 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 bam. Everything's crit. Cool, cool, cool. And now I have burn. I'm on fire. And it's also critical. But I technically did die. So yeah, let's look at our input scheme. So I'm also gonna have to look at keyboard mouse controls as per usual. I'm gonna figure out what plays good there. Second here. Yeah, let's go find our IMC, input mapping context, gamepad. So let's look at what we have and what we don't need, right? So we need evade. Maybe we can also implement the new dodge animation, see how that looks. Gamepad ability chord. This will have to be not left trigger context. Maybe this will have to be like right. It's not called bumper, is it? Right shoulder. Melee light, heavy hold. This will probably have to be renamed, but we'll see. So ability movement, gamepad, face button bottom. I think that's a redundancy. We have jump. Let's just see if doing that will break everything. Still have jump, so cool. Evade, ability chords, ability 1, 2, 3. Confirm targeting. I'm not too sure if we still want that. Move, camera. Don't really need that because we have to look. So get rid of that. Blocking stance, yes. Select card left. Yeah, we need that. Activate card. Switch to card mode. We don't really need. So yeah, select card left. Needs to be changed to left trigger. Select card right here. So let's see. That seems good. And then I pick one. Yeah, I'm not so confident yet about like how readable these cards will be and like how they have to kind of look, because I don't know if they need to be transparent. like they are now, where only the selected card is transparent, and like how much is shown when it's not the selected card, and you know what's shown elsewhere, and like does there have to be like an explicit like ability bar? Should the cards be on the right hand side, and like there's the whole like nameplate and ability bar stuff on the bottom? And so like when you are playing like a game of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering, what have you, you know, obviously if you're left-handed, you have it on your left side, but if you're right-handed like I am, typically you hold the card like in your right hand. So would it be more interesting to have the cards kind of oriented on the right-hand side, and they're kind of like, you know, curved so that you cycle through them and stuff like that, and they each kind of appear. And so like the middle is still like, you know, this bespoke ability bar where you can see which cards you have activated for your active abilities, which ones are assigned to your passive slots. Maybe there could be trap card slots, you can activate those, and you just have them waiting for like these things, and they automatically get invoked when, you know, the condition is met. I'm not sure. I wonder what you guys think. I'll have to start thinking about making like mock-ups and stuff like that. So Magic the Gathering and Arena have it in the middle because it's a straight card game. Yeah, like, because I'm like, that's part of the reason why I want to bring the camera out a little bit, is because I don't want the cards to interfere with like your visibility. Because like, for example, like when if my camera was here and the cards are there, you're kind of like losing a good portion of the bottom of the screen. But, you know, if I do move it to the right, we get the center of the screen back. So maybe then the camera could be in the, you know, closer again. Let's find our main HUD. So let's anchor it to the bottom right. Is it 500? That goes that way. So minus 300. I think it's minus 300 as well for that. 50 or something. Yeah, I want to look at things like WoW and League of Legends and things like that, because like you're saying, there's a lot of shit that's going on. And I'm wondering like what's readable, what's not readable, like how many ability cards are there? Like what kind of icons are representative of, you know, what they do? What's clear that what's assigned, you know? But, you know, you have the cards on the right hand side, still not super obvious. Can I do 0.5? Yeah, just with the sheer amount of possible like abilities, you know, my concern is like how readable can a given ability be, and yeah, how fast paced the game could be. Like that's also a good question. Like I still don't know yet, because I'm asking a lot of the player, you know, like you're actively fighting against enemies and looking at your cards and choosing to like add cards as you're getting more ability points to activate them, and you know, you're having to like, do I want you to like look at the bottom right to see what cards you have to activate, and then once they're activated, like do I want to assign them to then an ability bar that you can then just activate at whatever opportunity you want, you know? Yeah, for sure. Like I'm just not good with images, you know? But you make good points. And I'm wondering if, yeah, like, is this readable? Like, obviously the cards being transparent probably doesn't help. Like under the 4, those images seem good for a card. I'm not sure what you mean with that. Like under the 4. What 4? Like the where this icon already is. Oh, the number kept changing. Okay, so basically where the 5 is, and so basically where that ability icon is, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering, because like I have some reference to some like a pretty interesting, not interesting, but a good reference. I saw like these look like pretty cool cards, but like I don't know if they're super representative of what I want. I shared it with Katie. Let me see if I can find example. Yeah, here we go. Can I paste the image here? Yeah. So something like this. Like I think this could be pretty cool, and yeah, you have the icon at the top of the card, and like, you know, each general shape and color could tell you more about it at a glance, where it's like, okay, this is an active ability card, this is a passive card, this is a healing card, and then, you know, as you select it, you might get like more detail written on this like bottom half, but like when it's not selected, it's like these top halves showing on the right hand side. And then the icon gets slotted into like, yeah, your ability bar, and your ability bar can have, you know, these passives. So you have like, you know, 2 or 3 passive slots, 2 or 3 active ability slots, maybe like 2 or 3 trap card slots. And then there's cards that are like instant effects that don't get slotted anywhere, but something immediate happens. And stuff like that. Oh, okay. He sent me a reference. Awesome. I will add this to my Figma. Oh, I'll be over that. Oh. Yeah. Definitely makes sense too. And I want to have like, you know, when you have these passives, like these icons can exist like within like these little squares, you know. Obviously, I can't use this because it's something I found online, but I'd have to figure out what it kind of looks like, you know? So that's my main concern. And that's something I think I'm going to focus on in the new year. Try to find a layout that works. So we updated our input control scheme, so we can close this ticket, I think. So yeah, think about directory setup for cards, data, and ability assets. I'll have to figure that out later. Create a damage attribute set. Test attribute, implement attribute set, code-based defining. Like, so all outgoing damage, fire damage multiplier. Yeah, I'll need to do that. I'm also not too confident I need a block or parry in this kind of game. We'll have to see. I tried a parry mechanic. You know, it's very rough, but it kind of works. But, you know, I don't know if I need it if I want the hammer to be this far away and how fast I want to be. Because, like, I'm kind of going for the fast pace somewhere around, like, Hades 2 and stuff like that. Hey, Antosh, how you doing? You've been jamming the synth waves. I appreciate that. You know, we're still jamming it to now as well. So a shield card could work. And, you know, depending on what that means in context, where, like, does the shield card just give you a magic bubble shield for 10 seconds that absorbs damage or something? Or does that mean, you know, it's an active ability thing and, you know, you activate it and then, you know, you have a shield? I'm not too sure yet. But, you know, all things are possible in that sense. Because, yeah, there's, like, the kinds of cards that we can have is, I don't want to say endless, but you know, I guess it's just limited to the imagination of what we want our builds to look like for these different kinds of characters. So I kind of want to add our new dodges. So I'm not too much of a fan of what we have. And there is an animation set that we're pulling the stuff from, like the melee attacks and stuff like that. Can't remember if it's this one. So let's just open it up and see. And see if we can retarget the animations and hook them in. Because I think I also need like an attribute set to handle like, because I like the idea of like as you progress, you know, you might have just one ability slot, one passive slot, and like one, you know, trap card slot or something. And as you progress, you get, you know, permanent upgrades. So you then have, you know, 2 passive slots, 2 active ability slots, and so you can slot more things in and use them as you want. And then, you know, potentially you can slot in, you know, permanent abilities, and so you don't need to draw the card anymore. You can just activate it, and it's on a cooldown or something. But maybe that goes against the loop of, you know, using your cards and building a deck and crafting it to what you need. So yeah, this is the right one. So let's look. I think this is combat dodge. So let's simulate real quick. Yeah, for sure. Just go for it, man. So we got these directions. I don't know if I want my guy to really roll. Or maybe he should always roll. I'm curious what you guys think. Should he be agile and dodge, or should he be, you know... or should he roll? Rolling kind of seems cooler. I don't know. There's also these hits. Oh, I want to have like a like a dodge attack as well. So after a dodge, if you attack, you get like one of these. So maybe it has to be a dodge, because like going into a roll attack isn't that great. I mean, the attack could come out from a roll and still work, I think. Let's go for the dodge and see. So, let us find... Here's the dodge. Make a deprecated folder. Do it in there. Because what I liked about Hades as well, you know, it kind of had the basic kind of setup where it's like you have your basic attack, you have a dodge attack, you have a special attack, and then those abilities kind of augmented that framework in a way. So I want that to be like an added layer to it. So it'd be nice to be able to kind of stay on a high level. It's like, okay, you have your basic combo, you have the special, you have a dodge attack, and then I still want to try to do a jump attack, but I also wonder if jumping is really a good idea if enemies can't, you know, if it can be easily spammable, you know? So I'll just have to play that one by ear. So let's go ahead, retarget. I always forget the name of the skeleton mesh that I need to go into. Is it standalone? This one, yeah. Oh, dodge, combat. Not air. I probably want to do to run. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So all of these except for fast, right? So export. Game, character, animation, motion, dodge. I hope these exporter or retargeted good. Let's look. Yeah, seems okay. I don't know if I need all directions or if I should kind of focus and lean into forward movement and rather not worry about strafe locomotion. It's another thing I've been toying with. Like, do I really need to have such... Like, do I need, hard lock? And then if I don't need hard lock, do I really need strafe locomotion? Does that really matter? Can I save on the animation budget if I just kind of rely on always forward motion? For example, let's go to my player character. I think it's in here where I change the locomotion mode. Is it in the base class? I think it's in the base class, but I have overridable functions here, right? Override, strafe. So it should just give me forward-facing locomotion. So like no matter what, I'm moving around like this, right? It's also very floaty. Like floaty in that like the rotation rate isn't that great. I kind of want it to be more snappy. Rotation rate. Let's just crank this up to like 3,000 or something. Let's just get crazy with it. Still slow. If I make it 0, let's look at the turn. Let's look at it. Set a negative value for infinite rotation rate. Okay, so -1. So something overrides this, because that does not change anything. So let's look. So there's this. Also, all this. Okay, here's update rotation. There's also a lot of legacy. I gotta fix this microphone. It's falling a little bit. we go. Yeah, so update rotation. Go to the super here. Yeah, so it's here. Is following? No, yeah, we set it to this, right? So we'll leave that alone in the base thing, but in here, let's not update the rotation. So I should get the snappiness now. Let's see. Maybe I just need to lean into the arcadey feel. Okay, so we're also not updating. Oh, we need to. Let's just override it to say this. So we should get the feeling now, I hope. Yeah. I wonder what you guys think. Is that too snappy? Should there be actual rotation rate? Should I change it to like, I don't know, 1,000 or something? Unrelated question. Think we have a chance tonight for The Witcher 4 to take the most anticipated game over GTA 6? I hope so. It's been it's a dream of mine to win Game of the Year someday. So if we are able to win most anticipated game, I will take that as a sign. I think it has a chance only because GTA has been delayed, and I think it won last year, honestly. So maybe people will let The Witcher 4 win this year. So I'm not going to watch it tonight because since I'm in Poland, the awards start at 12:30 in the morning for me. So I'll have to wake up and see. From YouTube, why Unreal over Unity? I've used Unity the most. I've also used Unreal the most. So it's just something I'm most comfortable with. I've been using it for quite some time. And it helps me with my work because I work with Unreal at my job. So I try to learn as much as I can through this project that I can bring into my work, and vice versa, I suppose. I'm trying to learn Godot a little bit on the side. I haven't been too good about that consistency-wise, just because I'm so focused on this project. But that's the main reason for Unreal. Okay, this feels fine, I think. Yeah, so I really do hope Witcher 4 wins. That would be really cool. I think I'm okay with this kind of slidiness too. I'm also wondering about acceleration, deceleration. Like, should it be that strong, you know? So let's look at acceleration. So I think acceleration does change dynamically, so I don't know if I'm going to touch that really. And of course it's going to be 2 a.m. for me as well. Yeah, I really hope we win. Fingers crossed. Okay, so now that we have this kind of movement, like, we'll always be dodging forward, you know? So I should just need the one dodge that we have. So if I go into dodge, or did I call it evade? I called it dodge. Dodge. I won't also, I don't need to, I still need to do, I guess, directional calculations to get dodge direction and out rotation and stuff like that. Camera lag, speed. Yeah, dodge direction. Probably don't need that anymore. If we're only doing forward. More related to what you're doing, a bit of rotation for sure. The feet feel weird though. Maybe if it's not, oh, if you look into the stride warping node from animation warping plugin, maybe it can help make it smoother. Like I tried using it. Maybe I gotta look at it again. Because it was giving weird results for me. But yeah, locomotion's not my strong suit, so I might need to possibly reevaluate it. But again, if I don't have to worry about strafing, that does make things a bit easier. But I would still need to have, you know, potentially like, you know, these sharp turns, you know, or like, I don't know if you know, kiting and stuff like that, but maybe his steps need to be like, just his legs have to move faster, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, let's look. So we got dodge direction, right? So that's fine. But, so we have a chooser that spits out an animation, right? So let's look at forward. So run fast, right? So I mean, if you could leave the pivot animations that happen on full 180 rotations, it would look sick. I agree. I have to make another locomotion pass then, which, okay, if I know I can get rid of strafing and stuff like that, maybe it won't be too much of a struggle. So let's create this animation. And yeah, so this dodge animation is way too slow. I kind of want to cut it. I kind of want to start from like here. So like almost a quarter of a second. Remove it. Let's try it. Yeah, let's do a full quarter. I would prefer that as like bam. Much quicker. So let's put you into the forward. But we also need to double check what notifies we need. I know we need motion warping. So warp rotation and actual movement warp. Let's take everything. And paste. So the rotation should happen almost immediately, and then the actual distance from here. So it's like from here to here, which it still feels kind of slow. So what happens if I make this 25% faster as well? Let's see what this looks like in practice. Okay. Don't play anything. Is it because of the buffer, or? Or is it too quick? Okay, gotcha. There's no root motion. Quick. Jamming music, stop playing. Okay. Enable motion. Try again. Is the distance too short? Like, why does it feel like I'm losing so much? That distance makes a difference. Q warp does circulate out. Sure. Adaptation. I don't know if I need. Is it because I'm cutting it? Let's start from the beginning. I just want to make sure I can see the full animation here. So we go, phew, and then we go, whoop, yeah, like that, something like that. Let's just look. Yeah, that just looks wrong. I like 0.25 in terms of where I'm going, right? This feels like I'm losing so much. Like, to me, it should work. Blend in time, probably, oh, maybe it's because of the blend in time being 0.25. Yeah, maybe. Wait. Blend out. I don't feel like I'm going any faster. But maybe I need to do 0.2. What's my dodge distance? That's a data table. Let's just make this 1,000 just to see if we see any difference. Yeah, definitely you see a difference. Is that too much? I wonder. I should just go like, should it also be like a shorter warp distance, and then I let you blend out there. Maybe now I can bring that distance back down. Maybe it could be 5 meters. Definitely feels floaty still. I also don't want this to be stacked anymore. So ability cost none, but there should be something. Ability, activation, stacking. Go on ability stacks. So ability type, instant. Empty slot, we don't really want to look at anymore, but there should be a cooldown. I don't think we have a dodge cooldown, do we? No. Let's see what it looks like. No cooldown. So yeah, now we don't have the icon anymore. Interesting. It still has stacks. What? Oh, I think it's because it's built into this. It's not, right? Do this. Still, now it says no resources available. Why? Oh, because it's also a stacked ability. Okay, we're gonna have to reparent this. Instant parent. Wet. We don't have to do a net sync or anything. We just perform the dodge. Mission class defaults all the same, I think. Like, I wonder if in this dodge, I can still go like this, and then, from here to here, maybe. That's where I kind of want it to be a bit faster. But can I add a time warp? Can it be 1.5 times faster there? So you go like, or is that too fast? Seems like it's too fast because like I'm not getting anything. And I guess it's also blend out time. Right. Let's see. Does it feel any better when I give us the full time back? Let's do 0.1. Seems like it's too glidey. Maybe no initialization or something. Whoop. Yeah, like, still floaty. I don't know if I like this. I feel like I'm skating a lot. I don't know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll probably want to dodge forward by default if there's no input. So and dodge. Also, still a lot of old multiplayer code logic. So once the strafe is not a thing, this trace as well, which is not really good either. So where am I forcing the direction? Somewhere. Forward. So this should just always be forward, I guess, in a sense, but so yeah. Well, gotta fix the direction as well. Out rotation. Wave dashing, maybe. It's kind of what it feels like. Where am I getting this information? So there's this cached input direction. Am I using this anywhere else? So trace for end position. If all this, wants strafe shit. I'm not really. Okay, here's the negate, right? So this is also the negate. So let's do that. And I feel like I should just always do this. I don't care about strafe anymore. At the we'll have to do a cleanup, I think, but. So now dodging, yeah, goes like that. But like, whoop. That all doesn't, I don't know. Also, I don't know what is happening there. Like, I don't know where that sliding is coming from. I feel like some funky shit is happening. Is there anything else where we do negate? No. So I'm going this way, and then I end up going forward. So what is going on? I mean, can I always choose forward? I'm doing it based off camera. So is that also the problem? I think so. So can I always just get actor? Can I just do this one? Still no. Still getting weird information. Do I turn to face the right thing? No, never. So I'm always going forward. Okay, so I do need this logic. But I think I always just need to do the out rotation. Go forward, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. But yeah, that gets fucked up. I'm going this way, and then that way, I get some weird calculated things. get. Is it because I'm doing the cached? Maybe I don't need to do the cached input. I could just get the input. There's the wants the strafe. So if it's false, it's always going to be this, right? In theory, I could get rid of this. That's one. Then there's another wants the strafe. So no, this one. I don't think it's this cached input direction that's fucking me up. Well, let's see if our behavior is still the same. Yeah, I think it's because always trying to get us to go this way. Like, if I were to dodge forward, I'd expect to go this way. But I'm going the opposite way. So, what happens when I get this? So, do we have this? Let's draw the debug. So, for duration. So I dodge forward. So that's great. But then when I dodge there, like, so I technically am like going in the right direction, but I'm not warping in that direction. I have to change this vector. No. So that's correct. That's correct. But then I'm facing here. So I immediately turned the wrong direction. So maybe I need to be facing it. Let's look. Okay. That was the issue. Well, still got some funky shit there. But, you know, we're skating along. Like, obviously, there's going to be a cooldown for dodge. But maybe it's too fast. Maybe the blend-in is too quick. You don't need a neutralization. I just don't like. Maybe it's because I chose the one that blends into run. So let's look back in our demo map. We only have 15 minutes left, so let's see if we can. Maybe it's the combat to run that's a problem. I just need to do dodge combat. So let's grab you. Let's retarget, standalone. Export animation. Locomotion. Dodge. Oh, I canceled. Fuck. Export, dodge, yeah. Export. Export. Let's make sure we put on root motion here. I should be able to replace this like this. So we go. Still feel like 0.2 is better. So we go like that. And so by the time we get to 0.1, we're like that. So we kind of blend into this, and we gotta go. I would say from here to here, maybe. From here to, I think there is okay. Maybe it can speed up like faster at the end. Maybe 1.5 is too much. Maybe 1.2. Maybe 1 is actually fine. Just go whoop, whoop. So you go here. And then I would say, whatever input buffer you have can come out here. And then your blend out from movement can happen somewhere around here. Let's see how that looks in practice. Yeah, definitely better because you don't go all the way out. I think the blend is too sharp at the end. And it's because of its 0.05, so we can make that 0.25. Then we go like that. That more or less takes us to where we want to go. I think the blend out time is too long. Still, maybe 0.15 is enough. Maybe that is actually enough. Yeah, there's still, that root motion that's there gets us to that offset. So let's look at what the root's doing. I think we just kind of have to follow it. So the root moves from here up until, pretty much up until the very end, honestly. So maybe that's just inevitable that we'll get some of that sliding. Ooh. We do get a little bit of that tripping. But I wonder if we can land on a foot. So we are kind of maybe we don't let you blend out early with movement input. Maybe because that just happens so quickly. Oh no, what you guys think? In general, I think it needs to be faster. From here to there. So I think we still need to have this warp or time warp. Or should it be like a roll instead? And we kind of go with a roll. We could try it with a roll. Let's see what a 1.2 feels like in the middle there. Yeah, like the 1.2, for whatever reason, really makes me move. I wonder if I need to not extend the time warp till the end there. Or do I need to just make the whole animation faster? I make it 1.2. Do I still get such a offset in my warping? Yeah. I mean, do I have a setting turned on that makes the montage influence my acceleration? Just have to look that up real quick. In the meantime, let's look at a roll. Combat roll. So we'll put this in the same place. We'll make a new folder though. Roll. Port. Force root lock doesn't do anything. I want to see why my root motion is being affected. But also, the character movement component, there's something with root motion. Let's look real quick. So, player character. Where's my elf? What? Is there a root motion option here? Nothing. So let's look again. Yeah, just really overextending and sliding. Like, I don't want him to overextend. Bye-bye. Don't think maybe it has something to do with because there's get desired gait and calculate movement speed. Desired gait does that. Update rotation. So like, oop. Press the button I shouldn't have. Okay. Let's relaunch here. setting constraint anim root motion velocity. Is that a thing? I don't know. There's nothing like constraint root anim root motion velocity. At least not in blueprints. Constrain. Is it in the animation blueprint? The root motion from montage is only I wonder if there's like no root motion extraction. What happens? Do I move? Yeah, so we don't go anywhere. If I do root motion from everything, that doesn't work either. So yeah, montages only. That's what we want. Like, I feel like it's this breaking friction factor and stuff like that. Well, we have things like acceleration, right? I'm going, yeah. Maybe I have to just make deceleration crazy. So what's the default value of this? Does that help? Kind of. So yeah, in the next 2 minutes, let's just try the roll, and then we'll call it a day for now. And let's... see what this looks like. This generally seems maybe too fast. I don't understand why it's not putting in the roll though. Hold on. Roll. Is it because it's not a compatible skeleton or something? Maybe. Alright, let's make this Let's force this. Definitely seems much. Let's copy. Let's cut out 0.2. Motion. I also don't know why it's this skeleton. Did I not retarget it correctly? Maybe I picked the wrong one. Maybe this works better? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Is the roll a little bit better, or... Roll or air dash, do we think? Yeah, maybe the roll needs to be faster. What that looks like in practice. Guess it just decided not to work with motion anymore. Maybe that's too fast. Maybe it needs to accelerate. Buffer has to be opened earlier, I think, as well. Kind of like this more. It's like a lot more movement. And the legs are a little bit better. So we'll have to add like a cooldown to it. But I think it could work. I wonder if our acceleration should just be returned to normal too. I wonder if a lot of these parameters just like too low, you know? I feel like acceleration is just being modified at runtime. Am I doing anything? No. this also. Like, what am I modified? I gotta stop streaming in a couple minutes here. I'm fucking up. So max walk speed is fine. Use controller, but like controller desired rotation. Is that doing anything for me? Yeah, this is. I mean, this is. You know, there's still a lot of like, you know, kind of glidiness, but I kind of like this movement a little bit better. Maybe the distance doesn't have to be so far now. So we can maybe go to our dodge data. Yeah, we'll have to do some cleanup of our assets. I think this could work. And then, you know, if we do an attack while dodging, you know, we get some... I also think that it should interrupt even sooner. We should probably be able to. That's not the right one. So I think even here we should be able to interrupt it, honestly. So if you look slow motion, it's fine. I think the blend out time can also be 0.15. The blend in time could be 0.1. I think this will make it look better. Yeah. Kind of the movement I'm looking for. So yeah, next time let's add it to the list here. So add task. So clean up logic and assets for roll dodge. Here progress. So yeah, this I think works good, and I think, you know, again, how the character moves, still kind of glidey and stuff, and kind of ice skatey, but I think it's okay. So the last thing I want to do is let's just update this back to, like, maybe we can make it to 300. Maybe 400 is okay. Does 5 seem too much? Yeah, 400 feels good. If I can, like, kind of cut through. Yeah. Kind of also want to modify, like, the speed of the root motion, you know? Unless, like, maybe the motion warp has to be, like, it's like, maybe, like, it has to be that much, and then the rest kind of goes from there. Hey, Tough. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe that's better. Maybe now, like, 400 is too much. Maybe I could bring it down to 350. I don't want the last bit of the motion to happen on like the shoulder touch, right? So we really do a bulk of the warp at the beginning. So in slow motion, we kind of do that, like the wham. And so when I decide to like kind of roll through somebody, you know, it kind of really happens. There's a lot of like the burst movement. And I feel like this one should, like, can I go even shorter? Or can I spin even faster, like 0.05, like even double that speed? I think this could work. Okay. So I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching, as usual. Since we have a good amount of people watching here today, let's go ahead and raid Kindred Games. So everybody stay tuned. We're going to go raid Kindred Games. Tell them I said hello. And for those who aren't already following me here on Twitch, a follow is always appreciated. And those watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. We'll try to stream again next week before the holidays, so stay tuned for that. Until then, enjoy your night, and I'll see you soon.